Special Economic Zones (SEZs) have been gradually gaining traction in the developing world over the last 2 decades. While modern Special Economic Zones development started decades ago in Europe and Asia, an increasing number of African countries have been developing SEZ policies and building SEZs in collaboration with internal and external players. According to UNCTAD, currently there are over 230 SEZs in Africa and 200 single enterprise zones. Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Trade, Alan Tremartin, at the 6th Africa Economic Zones Organization AEZO annual meeting in Accra, Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah emphasized that SEZs can be a key part of industrial development in many nations. Thus, Africa needs to harness the full potential of its SEZs as part of a successful transition to an industrialized and self-reliant continent.
Private sector operators cannot harness the benefits of those SEZs and the operationalization of the AFCFTA if we do not develop programs and projects to deal with the high cost of trading across our borders, weak trade infrastructure, inefficient customs clearance, and the unnecessary bureaucracy and red tape which tend to impede smooth regional trade. It is in this light and in the light of these challenges that member states of the AFCFTA need to pay dedicated attention to the various elements being promoted under the African Union's Program of Action for Boosting Intra-African Trade.
Addressing the media on the sidelines of the meeting, Chief Executive of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Mike Okwe Jr., expressed his outfit's commitment to provide a conducive environment to attract foreign direct investments.
We're looking at how the various agencies under the Ministry of Trade will collaborate and come together to be able to take advantage of a more connected Africa. Because I'm sure you also know that when we are united, we are stronger. If we put our intra-trade together, we'll be able to achieve even more for Africa. So let me give you an example. At present, we do about 15% of trade in Africa. That is nowhere near enough. The recent COVID happenings have shown us that we need to be able to rely on ourselves more to be able to help with the supply chain. And that is what we are focusing on. Now, why are we having this conference in the first place? Because we want to start from basics. Anybody who wants to produce, you need land. Now, the land has varied purposes. The first purpose of the land, of course, is to be able to grow the raw materials. So, for example, if you're producing fruit juice, pineapple, you need land to grow your pineapple. That is pretty straightforward. But the second challenge that we're having, especially to attract investors, is industrial land, economic zones.
Secretary General of the Africa Economic Zones Organization, Ahmed Benes, highlighted the need for African SEZs to not just attract investors or join value chains, but rather increase the share of the value additions created locally.
This is a momentum for the SEZ community to address those major issues through trade facilitations, supporting economic development, industrial accelerations, as well as enhancing the performance and the capacities within the SEZ community. It goes without saying that the SEZ should be also connected to its ecosystem. These ecosystems will bring competitiveness in attracting investments, in enhancing the performance and the capacities in logistics, and also bringing the value chain from a simple to more complex activities.
The 6th edition of the annual meeting of the Africa Economic Zones Organization was held in partnership with the Ghana Free Zones Authority and the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat. It was under the theme, Connecting African Special Economic Zones to Global Value Chains in the Era of the African Free Trade Area.